Hello everybody, I am Nikki and welcome back to my channel. I upload Mondays, Thursdays, Fridays along with surprise uploads, so please join the party and click that subscribe button down below. If you already have, thank you so very much. I do appreciate it. It is now the month of June and BH Cosmetics has released their June Pearl palette from their Birthstone Collection. So I'm going to go ahead and create this eye look using this palette today. And if you would like to see that, then please keep on watching. All right, everybody, time to create an eye look using the BH Cosmetics June palette from the Birthstone Collection. Done a few videos already from this collection. I did miss May though, which unfortunately I wish I didn't because that so far is my favorite palette from this collection. So if you are still interested in seeing me create a video with that palette, just please put it down in the comments and I will accommodate it for you. And this is what we are working with. Inside we have got 7 shades consisting of mattes, shimmers, and there is also one pressed glitter right here. This one is called Spontaneous. And just so you know, it is literally the exact same shade as the Jet Setter pressed glitter in the Aquamarine palette. I even swatched them side by side and there is no doubt they are the exact same shade. So that was my only disappointment from that, but it's still a very pretty pressed glitter, and considering that this is a pearl palette, it does make sense to have this shade in there. I know that the Birthstone for June traditionally is pearl. There's some more modern ones. I think it's like a pink quartz or something like that, but they went with the traditional route of pearl. So I'm not really sure what to expect for the color scheme for that, aside from this pressed glitter here, but I'm still gonna work with it. These are more of a neutral shade. Hopefully we can create something really pretty. That's what my goal is. And as I always do, when I'm all finished, I will go off camera, finish up the look, and be back to show you what the final look is supposed to be all about. So why don't we go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and prime using P. Louise. This is the only primer that I use. I know there's some other ones out there that are very comparable, even comparable in price. But when I find something I like that works good for me, there's really no need to switch. And I get so much in this tube, I would hate for it to go to waste. So I'm just going to apply my P. Louise base. Unfortunately, my eyes do crease very easily, so I might have to touch this up a little bit as we go along. We shall see. And I take it up to my eyebrows just so that way I don't need to take concealer to carve them out. This works just fine for me. All right. So now that I am primed, I'm ready to go. So let's dive on into this pearl palette. And what I'm thinking I want to do is start out obviously light to and then dark. That's pretty much tradition, at least for my aesthetic it is. So I'm going to go in first with this shade right here, and that is called Sensitive. It's kind of like a beigey orange color from the looks of it. I'm just going to take a Morphe M453, dip into that, and apply that right along here and over, right into that crease. So that is a really light shade. It looks like it is going to have to be built up. There we go. Building it up does help. So it's got kind of like a peachy pink undertone to it. So you can kind of see that. I'm just going to take a little more, and then I'm just going to blend that up here higher. Since I have hooded eyes, I always do want to go higher just so that way the color can be seen more. And just blend. All right, I'm going to go in next and do my other eye real quick. All right, so just so you know, I always do my other eye right away because of that creasing. I want to avoid that as much as possible. And it also is a pet peeve of mine to have the eyes not match as I go along. So anyway, let's move on. And the next shade I want to go into is this one, whoops, is this one right here, which is called Visionary. And I'm just taking this Makeup Institute of Los Angeles S205 brush, dip into that, and I'm just going to start out putting that in the outer corner and working that into the crease. Just going to need a little more. And I really do love BH Cosmetics. I have several of their palettes. They're very affordable. I like the formula. Definitely worth the price, that's for sure. And this one here, I did not mention already, but it's $9. That's what all the Birthstone Collection palettes are. And that is totally a good price. So I'm just going to keep working that in here. Just blend that around a little bit just to deepen up that outer corner. Right in there, like so. There we go. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the other eye real quick. All right, so now that that other eye is done, I did also touch up right here because I went a little too low with the brush, and I just took the brush that I had my P. Louise on and just kind of tidied that up a little bit. So now I want to deepen up that outer corner even a little bit more. So I'm going to go in with my Morphe M506 brush and go into the shade called Popular, which is this darker shade here in the corner. I'm just going to take a little bit of that, and this is where I'm going to go just into that V area here. Just right in there. Just kind of gently. Just to darken up that V. So I'm going to get into that crease really good. Right in there and blend. So I'm not doing too much because a little bit of this is going to go a long way because I don't want it to be too dark. But I definitely want there to be some color to be noticed. And just blend that around. Just like so. There we go. Now I'm going to do the other eye. Right, now that that is done, I'm going to take a little bit more of that shade Popular that I just used, and I'm just going to take this brush from Morphe, put a little bit on that just to deepen up that corner of the lid a little bit. Just like this. And get up there in that crease again if necessary. Just like that. And do the other eye. Right, I'm back, and I haven't really noticed much fallout, just to let you know, and there really isn't much kickback in the pan either with these shades, so that is a positive thing, at least I think it is. And next I'm going to go in to this shade here called Bossy, this kind of golden shimmer right here. It's going to take, what brush is this? This is just a Beauty Bay brush. And I'm going to take some of that, and I'm going to start out right here in the outer, closest to the outer corner. Ooh, that is a really, really pretty shimmer. Look at that. I'm liking that. I'm just gently tapping that on. A little bit more. I'm obviously not doing a cut crease. This is not really a look that I think it's necessary for. And I'm just going to do the other eye real fast. Okay, now that that's on, next I'm going to take this shade here called Silly. It's more of a kind of a lighter golden or a little bit of a yellow tone to it. I'm going to take that on my Luna Magic brush and put some of that right next to it there. Oh my gosh, that shade is really beautiful. And I'm just taking it so that way it's kind of more like a gradient look, so that way the two go together. I'm just going to go right up over to almost to the edge of my inner corner. Super pretty. All right, do the other eye. Okay, now that that's on, I'm going to take the shade Pearl. The name of the actual birthstone is always going to be the largest shade. And I'm just going to take this other brush from Makeup Institute of Los Angeles. This is the S204. And take some of that. And I'm just going to highlight my brow bone a little bit. Ooh. That's very pretty too. Might as well do the other eye real quick so I can get that out of the way. I definitely need to get my eyebrows done. Don't mind them. Haven't gotten around to it yet. All right, so now that that's on, I'm going to take some of that same exact shade, and I'm just going to take this small Morphe brush, dip into that Pearl again, and apply that to my inner corner. Just like that. I think that's very pretty color. And I'll just do the other eye real fast. Don't need to go off camera for this one either. Go. All right, so now that that's done, time to do the lower lash line. So for the lower lash line, I'm gonna take that dark shade Popular again. Just taking this precision brush from Morphe. And I'm just gonna put that right here in the corner, like that. I don't wanna go all the way over with this shade, but I'm just gonna kind of blend that a little bit in the corner. And then I'm gonna do the same thing over to this eye. Just blend that a little bit. All right, and I'm gonna just clean off that brush because I'm going to use the same one, and I am going to go back into the shade Sensitive right here. Take that and put that around the rest of the lower lash line. And just kind of blend that a little bit just to smoke it out a tad. I don't want to do too much. Just a little bit. And then have those two shades kind of blend together there like that. Let me go finish the other eye. Okay, that is done. Now, I've used every shade except for the glitter. What the heck? We only live once. I'm going to use my finger. I'm just going to tap a little bit on each lid. Just a little like that. Just to sparkle it up a little more. Ooh. That actually looks pretty. Maybe I'm not going to be regretting this after all. Keep in mind, I'm only using a little bit. Might as well do the other eye real quick too. It's like so. I have noticed these glitters like this definitely work better with your fingers. So there we have it. Let me go do the rest of the look with eyeliner, lips, lashes, and put my wig on, and I will be right back. All right, everybody, I am back with the look all complete. Gonna go over now what I used to finish this look. If you wanna know what else I used on my face, I will go ahead and put that down in the description box. But for the eyeliner along my waterline, this is a gel liner from ColourPop in the shade Get Paid. Lip liner, NYX Cosmetics in the shade Nude Champagne. For lipstick, L'Oreal Paris, shade number 910, which is Shining Peach. This formula I really like. I have a few shades in this formula. It's kind of more of a sheer glossy type of look, and I really do like it a lot. And for the wig, she is Sherilyn from Outre. So now let's take a close look at this look that I created. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I wasn't all that impressed from the looks of this color story at first, since it's more of a neutral type of palette. But sometimes with neutrals, you can make some really beautiful looks. And of course, I used every shade in here. You don't necessarily have to be able to create something really pretty. And you can mix and match it up a bit too. But I have mentioned before that I do love BH Cosmetics formula. I think that they are extremely affordable, well worth the $9. And I think that this palette is really, really good. Even though I still say the May palette is the best one of all, I still like this one. And I'm excited for July with Ruby. I'm expecting to see some really beautiful reds in that palette. So I, of course, am planning on doing a video for that one too when it comes out. And unfortunately, it does take a while for me to get the palette. I order in the beginning of the month, and it usually takes like 3 weeks to get. So that's why I film the video here later on in the month. But you know what? It's still worth it. And I'm highly recommending this palette, definitely. Tell me down in the comments your thoughts. I would love to know if you have this palette, or if you now decide to go get it after watching this review, please tell me that too. And that is all I've got for today's video on the BH Cosmetics June palette. Thank you guys for watching. I always do appreciate that. I plan on making some more makeup videos moving forward too. I know they don't get as many views as my wig videos do, but I still love makeup. So that's all I got to say about it. Thank you guys. Catch you next time. Until then, bye-bye.